Previously on my farming life.
As we are in our Massey, we're trying to get ahead of the drill because, surprise, surprise, I have caught up. And there you have it. Maybe opened up a little bit too much here, but there it is. This is going to be the first year of silage. Well, there you go. October silage, third cut, knocked down, looking all right. This field's a little bit lighter than I maybe thought it would be, but hey, it's in it. Now, my only problem with this field is that there's a very popular footpath going right through the middle of it. So we'll have to see how many people I have to avoid. Hello everybody, welcome back to my farming life and good evening to you all. It's a beautiful sunny evening here in October. Uncle is over there, he's just plowing out his headland, and then that's another field plowed ready for me. I am finishing off some beans, the last of the harvest. We're about done with it, which is an absolute godsend because I just want this done now. I need a trailer, so we're going to pop around the corner here. It's only going to be maybe 7 or 8 ton, not much at all, but we've got to take it off the combine some way, somehow. So we're going to load up here. We're going to use the Ford 7810, just going to drop this trailer off, and then we'll be good. And hopefully, all being well, we'll get ourselves finished up this evening. And then the combine can stay there until we're ready, because I'll be back on the drill soon. We've got a lot to do in the next few days. We are rapidly approaching the middle of October, which means we are very close to the slurry ban, so we need to be able to get in some slurry out onto our better draining fields, so we can actually get in there and empty the tanks a little bit. So we need to do that first before we start drilling anymore, but we will be doing a bit of both. Uncle's cracking on with a bit of work there. Bungle is, well, we'll get into what Bungle's doing tomorrow because it's not ideal news, and it leads into why I'm in the 7810 as well, as we are just experiencing a little bit of an issue, I think, with the 7740. Let's leave it that way. And I'm not quite sure the depths of that issue yet, but we'll find out tomorrow. That's a field full of weeds, but it's plowing over okay there, I think. So we'll see how we go. A lot of weeds up here. We need to get a lot more fields plowed over here, but Uncle's working on that slowly. I've got a little bit more down to do at Bellham as well, and we're hoping that we can, or I can at least get a bit more drilled in the next few days once we get the slurry out. Be on the slurry tomorrow, I think, and then we'll see. My Massey is currently attached to the drill, so we can't bother to unhook that for what we'll be doing. I'll probably take the 3125, I think, if there's a gap to take it, to get that last little bit of slurry out, and then we'll be all good. But today, we're on the beans. Our first time, really, with beans in a long time. And so far, I think it's going through relatively okay. You know, I'm fairly happy with it all. And yeah, we'll see how it goes as we continue here. We've just got a tiny field up here. It's maybe 8 acres if we're good, if we're lucky. And we'll see if we can, you know, I'm not really too concerned about the tonnage we get off here. The main aim for the beans is just to restore the quality of the field. And this field up here was a bit of a test case for us, really, just to see how we got on. You'll see at the satellite field at the farm here with the cattle, there are some silage bales. Let's just stop ourselves here. We're going to go into there. Had to come back up and get the drop the head trailer off there. Yeah, we've got some silage bales. We finished the third cup. This trailer is about goosed, for the nicest way of putting it. It has not handled carton bales up here very well. The suspension's gone on it, the brakes were locking on, and well, the floor's shot as well. So that is probably the last work that's done for us, I think. But yeah, bales are stacked. We stacked these ones up here mainly because there wasn't enough space over at South Healy, and also just to have them a bit closer. So they'll be grand there. And then we'll be looking okay there. The rest of them all being stacked up at either South Healy, in and around. We ran out of the black wrap that we were using at one point, so we got, I don't know, maybe 12 or so in this bright shiny white, but we'll see if that's going to be any different. But it shouldn't make a difference really. Now, we're not going to get in here, are we? So what we'll do is just move ourselves around. I've got a headland done already. Let's get the combine out the field, out the gateway, and get ourselves in. So that should be all good. They're still a little bit damp, but we're in October. Realistically, they're not going to get any drier for us in this current state. So I figured we'll just get them done, stick them into a trailer, take them up to Northumberland Grain Services when we can, and then we'll let them just run them through the dryer there as well. We've still got a trailer load of, well, the last of the wheat in a trailer load to go as well, so we'll have to see. But yeah, that's a rainy day job for us, I would say. We'll just stick this into here for now, and then we'll be all good. And park you up here. So yeah, like I say, the beans are all good to go. Now with this, like I say, it is a break crop here. It's designed to bring a bit of soil fertility and increase the fertility there, increase the nitrogen specifically. When they dry off there are a very nice green luscious crop, but when they're brown and dead like this is when you come in to harvest them. In theory, the beans themselves should be nice and large, and then the shells are nice and easy to shed, really. Now, what you don't want though is when it gets damp, these beans actually take on a bit more moisture, so we're trying to avoid that, which we should be able to do. Last outing for the combine here, then it'll be a blow down and then put back into the shed. But yeah, had to change a few things, distance of the sieves, fan pressure, that sort of good stuff, but we're looking all right. I need to go back a little bit here so I can get in properly. And then we are away. Weather has pretty much been okay. Thankfully, we didn't have too much to do when this year around. That load's going to increase by next year though, for sure. And it's good that we didn't have that much because the rain has been very hit and miss and very patchy there. So it did delay us a little bit. But ultimately, you know, we got it all in, we got it all done, so can't complain too much there. And we've got the capacity to go up a bit as well. Easily take on another 100 acres without any fuss. So over the next year, we will probably be taking on about that much, really. There's 2 fields down at Manor Farm already, and there'll be more coming. We've got a few decisions that we're trying to make right now and a few curveballs that we weren't anticipating. So we're going to have a chat about that one over the coming year, couple of weeks, really, I would guess, because we'll have to get a plan in place. But our current plan, for our crop rotation at least, is to go barley, then oats, then we'll go beans, and then we'll go first wheat, second wheat, linseed, and then depending upon what we decide is our plan, we might put a root crop in there as well, maybe sugar beet or something, just because we want to be able to produce our own sugar beet, and we want to be able to reduce our costs for raising our cattle and fattening our cows, because, well, there goes a deer. Oh, you bugger, that was close. We want to be able to, yeah, like I say, make as much profit as we can by producing our beef, and then one way to do that is to reduce the number of imports we have to bring in at quite an astronomical price. So if we can do that, then we are laughing. But there's a few decisions that need to be made around that one, and you know, which fields and drainage on those fields and what that'll look like after pre and post. So we'll see. We don't have any equipment to establish and or harvest sugar beet right now, so that's something else. But all of that will be decided upon at some stage, and we'll see. Right now, all we need to do is clear this last field off, and then we're all looking good. I think we've only got about a ton in the back there at this moment in time. It's really not that much, but, you know, I don't mind. I just want this field done. This end of our farmland, at least, is quite small fields. A lot of small and fiddly fields to get around. And then when you get closer down to Bellon there, they certainly do get a lot larger. But we will... That's why you can't really go for a bigger combine than the one we've got here. Matter of fact, getting this combine over the bridge to this field is pretty difficult. So it's anything bigger than this, and we would have landed ourselves in quite a bit of trouble there. I'm fairly sure of that. But we are, yeah, doing pretty well, making some good progress. So the elephant in the room, really, I suppose, is the 7810s on carton duties, with the 3125 being on the plow and my massey being stuck on the drill. We would usually use the 7740 to do any road work, because it's got the 40k box in there. It's a bit more comfortable as well. Oh, the deer around here. Oh, suicide mission today. We were doing a little bit of work with the Ford yesterday, carting a bit of muck out there actually, and we were, as Dad was driving it, Bungle was driving it there, he noticed that we were losing a lot of power from the engine. Wasn't really doing much at all of anything. And then it started to splutter and splatter a bit, and then it really started to sound very poor, and it a lot of almost bluey gray color smoke coming out there, which is never a good sign. Looks like a sign of burning a lot of oil in the engine there, which is not good. So we pulled it off the trailer, And it's currently sat in the yard there where I've got Bungle, and maybe one of the fitters will be out soon to, and I think Cousin might be down there a bit today, just taking care of the cattle down there as well. And they're going to be looking into it and see what that looks like and what was the cause of that, really. It's a surprise. I mean, yes, it's an older tractor for sure, but it's never given us an issue at all. So we will to see what that looks like, really. I'm not sure what that's going to be, and I'm sure I'll find out when we get a bit more of an answer. But yeah, so we're down in a machine, down in a tractor right now, which is not ideal. We can do so much with a 7810, but I would like something a bit faster. I can take the Massey off the drill, but it's just a hassle to do that, and we might well end up doing that if Uncle's going to keep pushing ahead with the ploughing. But we'll have to see. You know what? We'll just take one more little pass off here, just square this off. All right. As for back there, oh, we're getting over the glass. We're looking good. Not much left here at all, and we'll get this all done and dusted. I'll probably leave the combine in the corner there for this evening. Get that out of the way. Maybe bring in the header trailer, and then yeah, we can just knock this on the head. Harvest 2024 in the books. And we are with our beans here. We're not going to bale the straw for it, make terrible straw bean stalks. We're just going to get this all shredded, and I'm trying to think about the idea of getting a set of discs or some kind of cultivator with this combination I can put in the back of the 3-point, and see if we can incorporate this stubble a little bit more. Dear Lord, the deer around here on this absolute tear. And yeah, I'd like to try and incorporate that a little bit more, because I think it'll be really beneficial to our overall soil health, getting a bit more organic matter incorporated back in. But got to do a little bit of looking around there. Going to see a few dealers and see how much they want to give us, or how much they want to charge us, because no doubt it's going to be astronomical for anything like that these days. Any new equipment, the price is just eye-watering, and we've tried our best where we can not to buy new, just for that exact reason. But sometimes secondhand, you just can't find what you need. Oh, there we go. That's me about 80%, I think it is. Maybe even actually less. Maybe it's 50. I think it looks like it could be 50. All right, and it's nice to get done. I know a lot of farmers in this area. Still a lot of wheat on the ground, let alone beans. It's been a bit wet for them, and they've just been stuck. So it's a nightmare here for some of them. Us, I mean, we've been really lucky with the work that we've got. We're in the position now with the farm whereby we have a lot of workers, a lot of tractor drivers available when we need them. The 4 of us really, for not too much work right now. Now that's great in one respect, but also means that we're not being very efficient with our operations. So the more land that we bring in on board there, then that will obviously change. But yeah, it does mean when we're in a pinch and the weather's good, we can strike and get quite a lot done at once, and which we've done. Happy to get that silage done as well on the ground. That was worth it. And yeah, we've got plenty in the tanks on reserve if we should need it. But bar a few little straddlers here and there, we might just get this one that I can see. Here you go. Little patch at the end there. That's us done. Harvest in the books. We just hold it. On our new combine as well. It's the first time around for me being the combine driver as well. That's rather cool. Good to get that done without any drama these days. We should probably wait to finish this field before I mention that. Alright then. Knocked my indicator on. Alright, we'll get that out, and then let's oh, we're not gonna have much in here at all, but we'll tip it. And then we'll probably just go and park in the corner there for now, out of the way. Combine can wait to be removed from this field till I haven't got anything else to do, until I'm all caught up with the drilling. It should be alright and safe out of the way. No one will see it, I hope. And we'll come back and get it. This road's fairly quiet up here anyway. Alright then, and we're tipping. Let's have a look and see what this looks like for us here. It won't be too much as I mentioned. That's clean sample. That's good. That's maybe, good lord, maybe 4 ton in there. Not ideal from this field, but in the reality there, we didn't do too much with it once it was put in. Didn't put too much on the inputs there, so it was just kind of left. So that is probably to be expected. Low input costs at least, so that's good. And then hopefully our fields will benefit from it moving forward. And this will go into a wheat. And we'll see how we get on. But for right now, at least, this is going to get parked over here in the corner. We'll fold up the tank as well. There we go. Done for now. Done and done. I'm going to take this forward back. We'll go and park this trailer in the old sheep shed at South Healy with the other one, which is half full. And then we'll see what we can get up to and see what the day brings forward today. It's probably just going to be tinkering on. I might actually come back and maybe take the header off the trailer, off the combine. But we will just get a few little bits and pieces done there. And then it'll be feeding up this evening. We're going to have to move this tractor around to go and do that because the Ford's not free. So we'll have to do a little bit of shuffling around. But we'll get it all done anyway. And we will move on. So we will catch up tomorrow. Probably bring you a bit of an update with the state of the 7740. Lord knows what I'll find by the time I get back down to see that one. I'm not expecting much. Well, folks, we are pushing ahead. There's a lot to do today. We need to start by just getting the sheep some hay. And then we're going to have a look and see what the fitter's doing. The fitter is here. We also need to tidy up a few pallets of wool we have left over here as well. So I have to get onto that one. Let's move that back ever so slightly. And then we'll just drop these here, I think. All being well. And another bale stuck. There we go. So yeah, keeping the sheep fed up there. The fitter's been here for a little bit and is working with Bungle on the Ford 7740. And it is not looking great so far. And they're tearing it apart pretty quickly to see what's going on. And we'll have to see what the outcome is. I don't think they fully know yet, but we will find out. Let's get that shut, I suppose. I am going to use my Massey on the slurry tank. It's just easier. Get Uncle pushing ahead with some ploughing over at South Healy there. You can see the trailer was just dumped in the field. We started to tip muck down the corner there, and then things went wrong from there to there, and then the trailer was dropped off and the tractor was towed around the corner to where it's resting now. So we will have to see. For now, let's just stick this out the way here, I reckon. Get this lot fed up when the tractor comes down. Here you go. But yeah, so what we're finding at the minute is that we are in a little bit of a pickle. Everything is in pieces right now. We're going to leave the... we've got a fitter here as well. I believe the young man's name is Nathan. He's going to keep cracking along. And yeah, it's not looking good. What's Bungle saying over here? Where's he gone? Bungle, what have we done? What's happened?
Oh, bloody catastrophe, that's what's happened.
What do you mean? Is that really that bad? Can we tell already?
Well, it's looking that way. Looks like we're going to crack on the engine block at the very least. And with that's when we start to lose our pressure and our performance and power. And it looks like the engine may have seized on us.
Ooh. That's not great. So what are we doing? Just tearing it all down and see what the damage is?
Aye, at the minute, see if it can be salvaged, anything in the engine there, or if it's going to be a full rebuild, or what that's going to look like. And Nathan here will go and find out the cost for that, and see if it's even salvageable. Not looking good at the minute though. Oh Christ, okay. Well, I'm going to leave you to it on that cheerful note, and I will come back to see if we can get any more news. But yeah, it looks like you got a lot of unpacking to do there still. Aye, it's going to be a bit of a day for us here. We'll have to see if we can get it figured out. And then, well, we'll have to have a chat to see if we can actually save this or not, unfortunately. But yeah, it's going to be a bit of a job. Yeah, no kidding at all. Well, I'll go spread some slurry then. Uncle's just going to keep pushing on with the plow, I guess, with his with the 3125. So I will just keep going down here. Whilst we're due rain tomorrow, so I want to get as much on now as I can. Aye, that makes sense. Good idea, good idea. keep pushing on. We'll have to see if this is going to be a big project. We'll have to see about hiring in a machine just to keep us going, I think. Yeah, might need another set of wheels. Anyway, I'll let you go. We'll figure that one out, and then I will we'll make that decision when we have to. But I would agree it's not looking great for now about using this anytime soon. But let me know, and we'll see where it goes. Aye, son, will do. Oh, that was cheerful. Lovely stuff. Happily, I have my tractor here that I can get growing with. Tank is all hooked up, and we are going to go out into the grass field and just put some slurry out into there and see what we can get done today. We will take it just from here, and then we might end up going up to South Ely as well, just spread some on the ground that we recently cut over there as well, because why not? Let's make sure we're not going to ding the pillar of the shed there. We're good. All right. Then we need to get this set up. And yeah, so we have a few days left before the ban ends, in which we can actually continue to spread, which is good. And so we are going to empty out from here, and we're just going to take it straight over the road there, like I mentioned. See how much we can get into here. I'm not anticipating we'll get everything covered by any stretch, but it'll be good just to give us a bit of a breathing space, because from now it will be through till, what is it, February? So yeah, we'll have a bit of a break there. So this will be great for us. Oh, we're full. And this will just give our tanks a little bit of space. We don't have the biggest space there. There's plans and discussions in place about really turning on the emphasis for our for the work that we're doing with the beef cattle and the young beef stock particularly. So there are discussions around another calf building down here. There's a few grants that we can look into as well that we might well do to see if we can save a significant amount of money on that. So we will just have to see. Now what I'm going to do is do a bit of... so let's see. Got my GPS set here. Let's just get ourselves programmed in. That should be us good to go there. And then if I... There we go. It looks like our GPS is on. And now we need to change our pump. I don't think I did that. So let's change that over to empty. There you go. That changes the valve over. And we should be good to go. Find out. Maybe dial down our speed ever so slightly. GPS is in, and we are spreading. Perfect stuff. You dial that down a bit more. There you go. So yeah, we're only at this point of the year, we're only allowed to go into certain soil types, as long as it's not too light. So we're not doing that. We're on the heavier stuff that we have here. A lot of the ground around here is nothing but heavy, so that should be fine. And yeah, we will see how much we get covered. Just give this ground as much natural fertilizer as we can there, without having to spend too much on the man-made stuff, so that'll be good. We're gonna have an increased fertilizer bill this year for sure anyway, because of the new ground that we've picked up. So where we can save on things like this, then I'm absolutely all for it. Yeah, it seems to be doing okay. We will get a little bit covered here and there, and then we should be laughing really. So yeah, so as I mentioned, grants or something that we're looking into. I have an idea of what I want to do down here. It's just ready whether or not I can get the buy-in from the committee, really, as I call them, and the cost of it all as well. That would be possibly a significant expense there, so we'll have to see. But there are ideas afoot, at least, let's say that much, and we will see how that comes together. But otherwise, yeah, we're just going to see how it goes. The beef cattle that we have up at South Ely and up at the satellite shed are doing well, so there is good scope there. And let's just knock that off here, and we'll turn around. But yeah, I just don't know if we want to really up those numbers just yet. I'm a fan of doing it now whilst we can, but we'll see. Have to see what the others think. All right, and away we go again. Nice and easy job for the tractors today. The drill will be going back on. It's supposed to be a bit wet tomorrow and the day after, so we'll see if we get any drilling done then. I would like to get a little bit more in the ground. There's certainly some opportunity to. I am one field behind Uncle down here, which is that field over there where the bales are stacked. I finished plowing that one over. Uncle's got a couple done up at South Ely there as well. So he's flying. There's these two big fields here. and we'll have to get on top of that. Some of these we'll might well put into a cover crop of some sort, but we'll see. We'll just have to see what that rotation looks like, because some of the barley we can put into spring barley if the weather's not quite right for it now. Certainly not having oilseed rape in this rotation is a bit of a breather for us, to be honest. It's a little bit easier to handle, so we'll see if that will continue. A lot less stress on the initial establishment, that's for sure. Perfect, and then we go. So yeah, in these two fields we did okay for silage bales. They all got hauled up. We are, like I mentioned earlier on, having to look for a new trailer. That was the end of the old trailer there, so it's just the bills just keep coming, and the expenses and the new machinery. So it's another thing for us to look into there, and we'll figure out what that looks like. We don't necessarily need one urgently right now, but before next spring, because we do a lot of hauling of bales and bits like that, so I'll have to find something. But yeah, we will very much see how that goes. Yeah, for a third cut, quality was okay, but again, it was third cut silage, so we'll make it work. So that's the first load done and dusted. We'll just go and refill this one up and rinse and repeat, really. I'm not sure how much is in here, maybe a couple of loads out, but you know, we'll take what we can. We are going to put muck into this field at some point as well, because I think we might look to reseed this in the next year or two. So we'll just start to load a little bit of muck up here from the cattle shed here. Get around that corner, we'll have to back our way in here a little bit. Nice and easy, driving around like a boss. Absolutely delightful work. We'll just sneak around there. I must say, having a slightly bigger tractor available for this kind of stuff is rather nice, I must admit. Okay, put that back into neutral there. Connect everything up, and then we will load up for a second time. Right, number 2 done. Nice and easy. Okay, we'll need to pop the valve around again. And perfect. So this is pretty much going to be my evening now. We'll crack on. We'll get a bit more of this covered. And then, well, we'll feed everything up down here. Do a bit of tidying up. There's a few things that we need to get tied up with some of the livestock pens as well. So I might do that for a little bit this afternoon once we get this all emptied. And then maybe drive this one up to South Healy so we can empty out those tanks up there as well. But yeah. It's all around this, really. My main concern right now is what Bungle discovers with the young Nathan there around the 7740, because that could change a lot of plans if we have to figure out a new machine or a replacement machine or even a significant repair cost. So God only knows. So we'll see. We will bring you more updates as and when we know, but for right now at least, we're just going to keep pushing through. It's nice out there though. It's a nice start to the day, nice sunny morning. So if I can even get on the drill this afternoon, life will be great. And we'll have to see if that's possible, but anyway, we'll keep persevering and cracking on. If you've liked what you've seen so far, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, then do leave those down below as well. I'll be happy to answer those as and when we can. Until next time though, thank you very much for watching. I have been Simulation for the Nation. I hope you have enjoyed the latest episode of My Farming Life, and we will see you all in the next one. Take care.